Now today we're going to talk about whether you really need a Gunstock and Contractors Showdown Exfil zone and if it's actually going to make you a better player. And I've spoke on this topic a little bit before, but today I'm going to give you a direct answer that is not going to leave you confused after the video. So let's get locked in. What's up everyone, it's KK. Right here I have the Skull VR Butcher Gunstock. I've used the Pro Tube Gunstock. I've been using Gunstocks ever since I picked up VR and touched shooters in this game, so I racked up thousands of hours of just shooting with Gunstocks, and I've also freehanded also. Now I've had a lot of comments talking about, what kind of Gunstock do you have? I've had comments saying, yo, you're not using your Gunstock, why aren't you using it? And today I want to give you a clear-cut answer of if a Gunstock increases your skill in this game and if you should be using one when it comes to Contractors Showdown Exfil zone. Now, I want to waste absolutely zero time with this, okay? I'm going to be straight up with you. Freehanding is better than using a Gunstock. Freehanding is better than using a Gunstock. Freehanding is better than using a Gunstock. First of all, when I say this, I'm not saying a Gunstock is bad or it's going to make you worse at the game. A Gunstock is mainly for immersion, alright? Now, the only slight advantage that I could say that you have with using a Gunstock, which I said before, is you have a quick draw. You have a quick draw where your reticle is always squared in front of your face, centered, and you have a quick draw on any target around you. Now, yes, that is very, very nice, but I also want to let you know that it's more of a skill issue if you're not able to do that while freehanding, because Contractor Showdown Exfil Zone has such an amazing virtual gunstock and, physical gunstock calibration, but mainly the virtual gunstock is just amazing. So you don't have to even worry about that. It's going to be centered either way. I don't know if you know right now, but I'm actually separating my gunstocks. I'm kind of freehanding right now, but it's going to be the same. Your aim is always going to be nice when it comes to this game specifically. Now, when I was playing Tabor, I bought my first Pro Tube and I felt like I needed it in that game. I haven't played Tabor in a while, but if you know Tabor, the virtual gunstock in that game is not good at all. It's a nightmare, alright? So using a Gunstock in that game dramatically changes a lot. But when it comes to Exfil Zone and Contractors, they have got down their virtual Gunstock so much that using a Gunstock is completely unnecessary. But like I said, using a Gunstock feels absolutely amazing when it comes to immersion, playing the game, just aiming your weapon, just holding it in your hand in general is just addicting. Like, it's like you don't want to take it out your hand. Like, even when I'm done playing VR, I might just pick it up and just hold it around in my room just because, the immersion that you get with using a Gunstock is unbelievable. It makes you feel like you're actually in this game holding a weapon, and it's just absolutely amazing. All right, now that plus a faster little quick draw and you're feeling really, really nice, right? But one thing I will tell you is that freehanding is always going to be able to do everything that a Gunstock can do and 10 times more. All right, so let's talk about that. Now, yesterday I uploaded a video and I was in Metro doing solo PvP, right? And you'll notice that I was using a freehanding. I was not using a Gunstock because Gunstock in close quarter combat situations is something that I actually just hate. There's so many things that can go wrong, and there's so many more opportunities and things you can pull off when you are freehanding. Now, the main thing that you benefit from is having quick hands. All right, quick hands. It's just amazing to be able to boom, 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 oh, mag out, oh, eat, or do this, boom, heal myself, and just be simultaneously quick about everything and not have to worry about, oh, my Gunstock hit my shoulder, or my Gunstock did this and my wire got tucked in here. And you don't have to worry about any of that. All right, having quick hands is absolutely crucial when it comes to decision making in this game. All right, seeing the player and be like, boom, 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 ooh, I took damage, hurry up, go to my backpack, I don't have a nade in here, oh, pull out a nade, boom, boom, throw that over. And it's just like the movements that you're doing with your arms is so much more minimal than what it is if you were actually using a gun stock, right? Like I can grab my bag just by putting my wrist right here to my shoulder, boom. I can use my left hand, just tuck it down here, pull my bag a little closer here. Like basically the range of motion that I'm using is so limited. I'm only using my wrist, and I can grab my backpack, grab my gun, grab this, do this. Like I'm doing very minimal movements to get everything accessed, on my kit. And I've also talked about this so many times. When it comes to freehanding, your recoil control is absolutely disgusting, all right? When you're using a gun stock, you are limited with recoil because the front and back end of your gun are locked into position. So you can't pull down the front end of that nozzle unless you pull your whole gun down, all right? So it's not gonna work as well as a freehand player that can shoot, pull down the front end of their nozzle, and completely just control that recoil nicely. And of course, the number one thing that I always talk about, the holy grail when it comes to just freehanding, is the peaks, the angles, the things you can get, the maneuverability of the weapon you have. I can peek out the flashlight like this. I can come from this side, left and right side peaks without having to swap shoulders like a gun stock, which you can't even do with the gun stock, to be honest. Swapping shoulders is very, very hard. Just being able to do this, it's just amazing. There's so many things you can do that I've pulled off with freehanding that I know I will never be able to do with the gun stock. All right, I'm giving you a very firm answer. For Contractors, Showdown, Exfil zone, freehanding is much better. Okay, it's all about having those quick hands, moving quickly, doing actions quick. The quicker player is always going to win. Recording your gameplay and looking back on it makes you really realize how you play. And I've noticed a lot of times I'm watching myself or watching other people, you spend a lot of time shooting a player. You take your mag, you pull it out, you're in your bag here, you're looking at other mags, you're getting ammo, you're loading things, and it's like it's going by so slow. And a lot of that is because a lot of gun stock players just have so much clunk going on, or even with the Pro Tube, even with your controller cuffs, you're still taking them off, you're detaching them, but then you're kind of doing everything and you're trying to detach them back, and it's just too much extra effort. All right, when you're just freehand, you don't have to worry about detaching cuffs or attaching cuffs or anything of that sort. You're just here, you're playing, and everything is fine. And PvP while freehanding is just absolutely amazing. So this is what I'm saying. If you want to go ahead and buy a gun stock, go ahead, all right? It's going to be an amazing experience for you, and I promise you, you will not regret it. You're not going to regret using a gun stock. If you build up your skill with it, you learn how to use it correctly, it's going to feel amazing, and it's always going to be a good experience using it all the time. But if you want to be a sweaty player, you're trying to go in there, be the top of the top, and perform at the highest possible level, then you're going to want to freehand, all right? You're going to do insane close quarter combat. You can do long range combat just as well as a freehand player, and your hands are going to be 2 times quicker. You're going to be able to pull off things that they're not going to be able to pull off. You're going to catch them with their pants down, and it's game over, all right? So that's all I have to say. If you like this video anyway, hit the like button, hit the comment section. If you have any different opinions, all opinions are welcome. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content, and I'll catch you guys later.